Halal food is essential to the Muslim diet. The dietary laws that Muslims follow restrict what they are allowed to consume. These laws are written in the Quran. It is said that they follow these regulations because of the divine order. The Quran states that they should eat of things which are lawful and wholesome to the earth. If they follow all the rules, then they will be rewarded in the afterlife. At SUNY Geneseo, there is no access to halal food. However, there is a substantial number of Muslim students who follow this diet. Through a series of interviews, we examined how Muslim students eat on campus.
Muslim and I was born in Brooklyn, and my parents are from Pakistan.
Hi, I'm Nora. I'm from Pakistan too. I was actually born there. I'm from Karachi and I'm Muslim. And I came here when I was 3 years.
Hi, my name is Awa. I'm a math major, sophomore, and I'm a Muslim from Senegal.
Hi, I'm Sana Shakil. I'm a junior psychology major with a concentration in pre-medicine. I'm originally from Brooklyn, and I currently live in Geneseo with my family, and my parents are originally from Pakistan.
Hi, my name is Adam Shafiq, and I go to Geneseo. I'm a sophomore here, and my parents, my dad is from Egypt. My mom actually grew up in Buffalo, but her parents were from Egypt and Jordan, and I'm a Muslim.
Hello, I'm Barika Ahmad, and I am a biology major here at SUNY Geneseo. My parents are from Pakistan.
So when we're talking about halal meat, I'm referring to like meats such as chicken, beef. We are allowed to eat fish. Fish doesn't have to be halal. Fish is already okay to eat. So when it comes to meats like cold cuts, you're not allowed to eat that because it's not halal. So that's why I tend to go vegetarian because that's the only option on campus.
The only restrictions I have about my diet here is just pretty much pork.
The restrictions I have on campus are basically that I love meat, but I can't eat it here. The good part is that I only live 30 minutes away, so whenever I go home, I always ask my mom to cook me meat.
It is difficult to get food here on campus, considering that there aren't any labels on the packages that say the ingredients or anything. I know sometimes last semester I went to get a pizza log that they had, and it didn't say what the ingredients inside. I asked one of the workers over there, and she asked another worker right in front of me about the ingredients, because I personally cannot, any Muslims, they're not supposed to eat any pork, ham, anything like that. So she asked another worker if there is any pork or ham in there, and they said no. So then I bought it, I got back to my room, and I took one bite, and then it turned out it had bacon in it, so I had to throw it out. So in regards to that, it is very difficult to get food here on campus, simply because I feel like it's not taken into consideration that there are people who have these dietary restrictions.
Eating on campus and being a Muslim and keeping halal is just as difficult as being a vegan or vegetarian on campus. You run into problems where they don't label your food correctly, or I had this one event where I asked for no chicken in my salad, and the person who was making my salad, I think, misheard me, but while I was eating my salad, I got a bite of chicken and I spit it out, and then I had to go back and ask her to make me another salad without chicken. Sometimes I'll even go so far as ask for a bowl that is new, a bowl that has been just washed, just to make sure there's no chicken on the bowl that could have gotten into my salad.
I have a lot less difficulty than some other Muslims on campus because I was brought up in my home to eat halal when it's available only, and when it's not available I just say Bismillah in the name of God and I eat it. So it's much easier for me to eat on campus because all I have to worry about is avoiding pork.
So when I chose Geneseo as my college, I didn't consider halal food because I think I'm very lucky that my family lives in Geneseo, so I live at home, so I don't have to worry about the food options. I can just go home and eat when I want to.
When looking into which colleges I'm interested in attending, I did not consider the food options. My main concern was how is the student life there, what opportunities do they offer, and how are they academic-wise?
I think food was like the last factor I thought about when I come to a college. I just looked at the education and how it relates to me. Do I like the school, the environment, but not food. I most of them have cousins at colleges. They all complain about the food, so I kind of knew. I don't think if I would have went to any other school, it would matter really, because I think I would just go through the same thing I'm going through now. So I don't think food was just I have to have halal food in order to go to school. I don't think that was a big factor. Not at all. Not even a factor.
I don't feel that different. What other people think of me, that I eat differently, I guess, because people at Geneseo are really accepting. I feel like maybe if I went somewhere else, they wouldn't be, but people here are definitely knowledgeable. They are kind of interested. They want to know more about why don't you eat a certain type of meat and stuff. So I feel like if you ask questions, I like that better.
I don't feel that differently perceived because I eat halal meat, but I do find that sometimes people have a hard time understanding, why do you eat halal meat?
Well, not really, because I just see as if you don't eat this, you don't eat this. So if I don't, I have a couple of friends here okay, I'll give you some bacon. Make sure I'll tell you it's not bacon, so you could try it. But it's just can you kind of respect what I don't eat and what you eat? But I really don't see the difference. I don't care either. It's just I don't eat it, so I don't see as she doesn't eat, so she has to be singled out or something like that. So it's just that I don't eat it. I don't eat pork.
I personally try not to make religion too difficult for myself. So, and I was just brought up that way when there's no meat available and I need to eat meat for my bodily needs, and I just say in the name of God and I eat it. It's a lot. I've been actually thinking about eating only halal, but that's just something I've been thinking about because basically I think most people just do what they were taught, and that's as far as it goes. So I'm still thinking about whether I want to switch to only eating halal meat.
Growing up, you're becoming an adult and you're becoming an individual, and I think it's up to you to decide how close you are to your faith, whether you or not you choose to adapt to those values of your parents. So for me, I'm really close with my religion, and I don't eat meat that's not halal or that's not kosher. I know some families that are okay with going out, and if there isn't halal meat available, the Quran does say that if there is, if the meat is not available, that it's okay to eat chicken or beef.
So the way they sacrifice animals in the halal way is that it is believed is the most humane way to do it. What you do is you say a prayer in the beginning. You say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. That's a prayer.
It means in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful.
And then what happens is the animal is cut at the neck, which is the quickest way for the animal to die. Instead of waiting for the animal to suffer reverse, we want the animal to die as quick as possible so it doesn't feel as much pain. So that's our halal, is to make sure the animal dies in the most humane way. And the group we mentioned earlier, the farmers group that was protesting against non-humane ways of sacrificing animals, they mentioned halal as being not humane, and I completely disagree with that because scientifically organic farmers also cut it in the same way as halal farmers do.
With the whole Jewish and combining the Jewish and the Muslim and the kosher food. I just think it's just a matter of supply and demand. If you have like a good significant of like Jews, bring it. And if you will work out for your business, go for it. But if it's like minority, like a little, I don't think it's kind of like a big deal. Just the supply and demand. It's just how you think of it.
So we are trying to get either halal food or kosher food on campus. So the MSA and Halal, we're going to team up together and ask CASA's head chef to give us some kosher food on campus.
I did try to get in touch with the chef here. She was pretty friendly. One of the things I wanted to get in touch with was about nutritional information, how there's no any labels or anything, so we don't know if there is beef or pork in any of their food. She told me that, okay, we're in the process of having a company upload and track down all of the nutritional information.
I haven't gone out of my way to express my needs, probably because I live at home, so I don't feel the need that I need to, urge the campus to get halal meat. But I do have friends here who I know live far from home, and it's hard for them. Most of them do, resort to eating chicken when they have to because there's no other options.
Do I feel the Muslims are undervalued? I wouldn't say undervalued. I mean, that's just a consequence of having so few Muslims here, I think. I mean, they've been talking about getting kosher food for the Jewish kids on campus, and obviously there's a lot more Jewish kids than Muslim kids on campus, so I think that's the reason. If we had a lot of Muslims here, I'm sure that more people would have taken initiative and kind of pressured CAS to get halal food available, and I think we can still do it if, even though we have only a few Muslims. So I wouldn't say undervalued. It's just a matter of how many kids need it. I mean, if there was one Muslim kid in the school, it wouldn't really make sense to make all those accommodations. I mean, financially, it would be kind of not practical at all.
So as terms of the campus, I don't think we are misrepresentative or underrepresentative. I think there are plenty of Muslims, but I think we're dispersed over campus, so there isn't something that's bringing us together. I mean, there is a Muslim Student Association, but it's not very well recognized on campus, and it constitutes like 12 kids. Also, not a lot of Muslims connect to their religion, so a lot of them try to, step away from that. So I think that's what makes it harder bringing us all together, because not a lot of people would identify with the religion.
Just because there's no halal food available on Geneseo's campus, I don't feel that Muslim community here is undervalued. I just feel that maybe we're not pushing for halal food, or we haven't made enough of an intent to get halal food on campus.
I came in completely clueless with no background on the subject of the Muslim diet. I don't know anyone who's Muslim. I have had no reason to think about this topic at all, so it was a real learning experience for me.
For me, I came in completely biased. I thought it was unfair and unjust that our campus did not serve halal meat to a large portion of students on our campus.
And for me, I had a lot of Muslim friends here on campus, so, I came in kind of biased as well. I thought, they're not, didn't have meat, available to them. But surprisingly, I learned that 4 years ago that they did have halal meat on here. And it's just basically supply and demand, what our interviews said. And kosher food is a possibility because there are more Jewish kids on campus. So I believe that, halal meat may come second, but kosher food could possibly become more because there's more students.
What surprised me is there is a chef for students with special dietary needs on campus, but she is quite difficult to get a hold of.
Yeah, one of the students even brought up that when she went to look for her, she never responded to her, and she didn't want to seem like she was complaining, so she didn't want to be filmed saying that, but I'm saying it because that's unfair.
Yeah, so kosher food could be a possibility for us because it's just supply and demand.
Mm-hmm. And it's a good compromise between the two groups.
Exactly, so maybe we should do that. That's an alternative.